the top EV stocks to watch this week for some juicy moves. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got my hat back on today, man. Throwback to the good old days. My hair is not looking the freshest, so we're going to move past that quickly. It's a Monday. Last week was pretty crazy for EV. Friday, the market gave back so much of the gains that it had made that previous week. Chargepoint had a 6.5% red day. Workhorse 7%, Ride 6%, xpeng 6%, Li Auto 6.5%, XL 7%, Nio 6%, Mullen 7.5%, Lucid less than 2%. Ooh, still a lot of red on Friday, my friends. Now, if you were keeping up with my videos last week, you'll know that I kind of thought this was even going to happen before Friday, specifically when we were looking at the likes of Chargepoint that had so many green closes in a row and had gone from $14 all the way up to $20 in no time whatsoever. You see it with some other stocks as well. Nio is one of them, had some really big green days. This didn't really take us by surprise, okay? I want to put that out there from the start. I'm not surprised at this red day, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see another red day. A lot of these EV companies need to cool off a little bit, especially considering that when CPI data came out last week, they absolutely destroyed broader markets. I mean, the days where the Nasdaq, Dow, and S&P were down 4 to 5%, a lot of our EV stocks were in the green. It was that crazy, so they need to cool off. But I want to keep you guys informed. I want to keep you guys up to date. I want to take a look at the charts with you all here today, give ourselves a good idea of what to potentially expect and look out for going forwards. So really quickly, my friends, could I ask you to hit that juicy like button? I really would appreciate you. Your support means the world to me. Everybody, you're all true legends. Subscribe if you're new around here and you want more EV content, babe. I'm trying to branch out a little bit as well, but I'm always going to bring you the newest EV news. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know what EV stocks you are watching this week. So look, I'm going to start it off with Chargepoint because I got a few concerned messages on Friday when they had that 6.5% close. And I don't want to sugarcoat it, guys. I want to point out that from the very, very brief highs they reached, they're actually down already nearly 10%. Now, again, don't be too alarmed because if we go again to where we started this upward move from, they are still up 25%. We're up as much as 40%. I mean, I pretty much tried to forewarn everyone if you got in on this trade when we pretty much called it, take some profits unless you were adding to your long-term position. So hopefully you guys did if you were trading it. I didn't even expect this to happen. In all honesty, I didn't see this one coming. But anyway, I'm happy it did. So all I'm trying to say is don't be concerned with that sell-off. The RSI got to oversold levels. We had decent volume coming in. We had 19.2 million volume compared to our average of 13.5. So yeah, there was profit taken, and that is absolutely fine, and that is healthy, which is one thing that Chargepoint needs. Now look, guys, pre-market Chargepoint, if we go to our after-hour trading, they are currently down 3%. They are the worst performing out of all the EV stocks in my watch list right now. And I mean, again, it's not a huge surprise considering they were the best performing by far over the last week or so. They smashed up through this area of what was resistance. What we want to see ultimately is this turn into an area of support. Is that going to happen? Judging by pre-market, they're going to open below here. So we're going to have to see what happens at market open. If the market turns green in general, I think, yes, we can come back up above here, maybe consolidate just a little bit. If not, we expect a downward move, simply put. If you watched my last video, we'll see there's nearly a cup and handle formed here. I'm not considering this a cup and handle. It's just not enough trading data in my eyes. But this one here, if they do get another leg up for one reason or another, if they make another few percent to the upside, we could see that handle form. And where I wanted the handle to end approximately was about 1760. Now, again, that is getting very specific. Nobody can tell you that's going to happen for sure. But that's what I was hoping for. It doesn't look like it's going to play out that way right now. So what I'm hoping for now is that they bounce back up above this area of resistance and ultimately can keep a lot of the gains that have happened over the last week. Because so often with Chargepoint, we do see a big upward move and then all those gains get given right back. That's why I'm telling you guys who are in them for the shorter term, who aren't in it for the complete and utter long term, take your profits, run away with them. There's no shame in selling at a 20, 30, 40% gain. Now, there's not much news in the EV world whatsoever as of recording this. Now, I'm recording this a few hours pre-market on a Monday, so generally you're not expecting there to be a lot of news. If there is, again, trust me, I will bring it all to you in real time as best as I possibly can. But yeah, there's not a lot that came out over the weekend, so we don't really have any potential catalyst or catalyst to the downside as of this moment in time. So watch volume in the first hour or so. If we get high volume and we start to see an upward move, I genuinely think we can stay above here. If volume is low, we can definitely pull back down a little bit lower, which is not what I want to see, but hey, I'm not going to complain too much. Alright, second stock we're going to speak about is Lucid. Now, Lucid performed considerably better on Friday than most EV. You'll see they were only down 1.88%. And again, a lot of stocks were down anywhere from 5 to 7%. So quite a good performance here from Lucid. And again, they got huge volume come in. And it's a really interesting candlestick pattern we're seeing. Look, they had over 50 million volume compared to their average of 21. They were up from about 1610 all the way up to about 1770, but gave back pretty much all of those gains at the end of the day, my friends. Now, pre-market, they are ever so slightly in the green. We're not really getting much of a muchness here. And again, not much news really had come out on Lucid. There was this report that came out, I believe, yesterday, maybe it was Saturday, but it said the Lucid Air electric sedan features drive units that beat Tesla and Porsche in motor power density. And in a tech talk from its CEO/CTO and powertrain VP this past week, it outlined how it accomplished that with efficiency and ease of manufacturing. So this, I believe, came out 5 days ago. And yeah, people did quite like it. You can see there was a nice reaction in the market. Volume started to come in a little bit more again. And the main thing that happened here was we got that analyst upgrade from RF Lafferty. I was happy with it, but again, I don't think it really means anything whatsoever in the short term. I would hope that Lucid could have a green day, even if markets are red. I really want to see them maintain some strength here, or else we could be in for a bad candlestick pattern. And we could expect that this support could be broken again, which I really don't want to see, in all honesty. So again, I don't really expect too much to happen today with them if we don't get any, any surprise news, essentially. We're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, all I want to see really, guys, is Lucid stay above 1550. Can they do it? I hope so. They have seen some general strength over the last while. Again, Friday, they did outperform largely the EV market, so here is hoping. Okay, Nio. I'm going to have to start covering Nio more on the channel because they're finally starting to get a little bit exciting again. So if you've been following us for the last while, I said, Nio's been pretty boring. If we look at all of this price action here, from literally, the start of July to the end of August, was quite boring. But over the last week, you can see they came down to our area of support, bounced off it, came up to our area of resistance, bounced off it. Like, this here is a big range. This is about a 40-ish% range. I'll double check the exacts for you here really quickly just to see. Not the short, the long. I was wrong. Yeah, about 35-ish% range. So in the span of a few days to see this happen is nuts. Okay, so obviously they bounced all the way from that peaks of 22, 27-ish to 2015. This is an ugly daily chart right now, my friends. I mean, it truly is terrible. I would not be surprised at all if we come and try and fill in these gaps. All it would take is 1 or 2 bad red days, essentially, and that can be done. But Nio has seen some more strength coming back to them as of late. Now, if you look at some of the headlines for Nio Stock, you'll see things like this. Nio Stock, forget Q3, it's Q4 that matters, says Morgan Stanley. You'll see Nio Stock bounces back again, and JP Morgan suggests it may be bottoming out. So we're starting to see a shift to an extent from some of these analysts, and you'll see if you go look up Nio's analyst ratings, there is just buys, like literally just buys. You won't find a sell, and I think there's 31 analysts covering right now. It's pretty insane. Now, again, from a technical point of view, guys, I don't like to look at this chart right now. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I would really like to see this gap get filled in sooner or later. It's been very choppy for a long time. This is our range of consolidation. They very clearly got rejected from breaking through that area of what is now resistance. So I will expect this to get filled in the near future. Now, to the downside, that is still a decent move from where we are right now. Let's say if we go to about here, that's still a 10% move to the downside. But I mean, when you look at the chart, 10% moves to the down and upside with Nio right now aren't uncommon. Even after this 6% move, I think that can happen, and we can start to make a little bit more of an upward move. That is really what I would expect to happen here. That upward move is only going to happen based off of either some piece of good news or broader green markets in the EV industry. Now, I'm only going to cover this one really quickly because there's no new news, but we're going to speak about Mullen, ticker symbol MULN. Everybody's new kind of favorite EV penny stock to trade. Currently sitting at about 50 cents a share. Volume has been pretty average, hasn't been anything insane, and the stock price isn't doing much. Considering that good news came out last week as well, we did see an initial bit of an upward move, but again, all those gains we give them right back. So if you don't know why they went up, but just a really quick recap, was because they released some vital information about its new upcoming model. The EV maker provided an update on its 5 crossover EV model that is slated to be ready for prototypes later this fall. The RS model of the 5 crossover is a beast, my friends. Will be what the company calls a high-performance model with speeds of up to 200 miles per hour and an acceleration of 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 1.9 seconds. The engine will also house more than 1,000 horsepower under the hood. So this is what got people excited initially here on Thursday, and you can see there was a nice up move from about 53 cents all up to 57 cents, but then the next day all those gains are given back and more. and they also broke out of their range of consolidation to the downside. RSI did get very low, so maybe there is potential for a slight upward move. If we look on the 4-hour chart, you can see that RSI is still very low as well, and even on the daily chart, it is oversold levels. So worth keeping a little bit of an eye on, my friends. We could get a nice reversal, especially if there is some news, but I wouldn't have my hopes up. Ooh, voice crack. What age am I? 16? But I wouldn't have my hopes up, guys, based off the fact that we got good news last week, and it wasn't really enough to move the stock. So I am going to keep watching this one closely, and I'm going to keep covering it for you guys in these videos. Hopefully, you know, I'm wrong, and hopefully we do get a considerable move, but that's just where my head is at with them right now. And then we are going to take a quick look at Tesla, okay? Because Tesla as well last week didn't do too terribly. Where are we? 2 seconds. See that? They were only down 0.13% on Friday, considerably outperforming EV markets. Now, they're currently down about 1.4% pre-market, but their week has been a little bit back and forth. It's been a little bit all over the place, but overall, they're still looking quite good. You can see that cup and handle that happened. They broke out, and they did go into a nice upward move, but it's the same upward move we saw with a lot of EV stocks. I mean, if we look here, look at all these green candles. Chargepoint has a pretty similar thing. A lot of the more volatile ones did. Rivian has a pretty similar chart as well. I think Tesla is controlling broader EV markets, as they tend to do, but it's good to see it happening again. Tesla's having some nice up days and some, you know, poor bad days, but it is starting to move general market again, which is a quite exciting thing to see. What do I expect to happen this week? I would have liked to see this continue upwards with a little bit more strength, considering the volume they had on Friday as well, at nearly 1.5 times their average volume over the last 10 days. It could go either way, in my opinion. It's a flip of a coin as of right now. There has been good news coming out for Tesla pretty continually, and it does lead to some nice upward moves, but also a lot of the time it is quite lackluster. If we just zoom in on the last week a little bit, okay, each one of these being a daily candle, you can see again, it's very messy, and again, small gap created down here on the daily chart that is about 6-7% away from where they are right now, and it was only a few percent away from where they were at one stage on Friday. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, again, a little bit of a healthy pullback. I think the EV market is due for it after the fantastic, you know, last 6 or 7 days of market trading days they had aside from last Friday. I think most companies need a little bit of a pullback, need to cool off a little bit. I think that's why we saw such high volume on Friday. People were securing profits to an extent. But that's what I would like to see personally, and then just continue the upward move. Now, who knows, it could just continue the upward move from the bat. It's not the ugliest chart in the whole world over the last 2 days, but it's definitely not my favorite. But guys, there are some EV stocks for you to keep your eyes peeled for this week. I definitely do see some trade opportunities showing themselves. I just need to see what happens over the next day or two, what way markets decide to go. If you watch this video all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend. I really do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me, my friend. If you enjoyed the video, took some value, some insight, please do make sure to hit that juicy like button and also subscribe for more content. Don't miss a video, baby. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Start the week off right for yourself. I'll see you in another video very soon. Peace.